The Nuggets won Game 3 against the Lakers. We obviously moved on to play the Lakers in Game 4 of our first round playoff series, but unfortunately the Nuggets came up short here at home in Game 4 to the Lakers as we lost to LA 92-88. Lakers moved their series lead to 3-1 with this win. Tough loss for us, easily a game we could have won. I think this was a game that we had and we kind of let slip away, and it was a decent shooting night here against the Lakers in Game 4. We shot 45% from the field, which you like seeing. Did a great job being aggressive on the offensive end in the first half, but we only shot 16% from the three-point line and 58% from the free throw line. We really just could not get a three to drop here in this game against LA. Lakers, on the other hand, also shot 45% from the field. Lakers did a pretty good job here in Game 4 of not settling for jump shots. Did a much better job here in this game of getting some easy layups and dunks at the rim. They also shot 29% from the three-point line and 50% from the free throw line. They also didn't have a great shooting night, but they definitely did knock down some shots when they needed to, and had two big threes from Ramon Sessions and Steve Blake in that fourth quarter to eventually win them the game. Now looking at some of the good things the Nuggets did here in this game, we had 18 fast break points. We did a good job of being effective in the open floor and playing at our tempo, playing at our pace in the first half. Did a good job of really being aggressive on the offensive end and getting those easy buckets in transition. We forced 14 turnovers by the Lakers here in this game. We had 20 points off the turnovers. You love seeing that. Did a good job of forcing the Lakers to waste some possessions on the offensive end, have empty possessions on the offensive end, and did a great job of capitalizing on those mistakes and did a real good job of being disruptive on the defensive end. We had 9 steals. We got out into passing lanes and did a great job of creating those turnovers and then capitalizing on those turnovers in this game very effectively. Like seeing that. We had 9 blocks. We did a great job of protecting the rim. I think Kenneth Faried and JaVale McGee had 7 of our 9 blocks, so both those guys did a good job of protecting the rim. I mean, defensively, we played pretty good physical defense throughout the game, but it really didn't matter at the end of the day because we came up short. But I still thought we played a good physical defensive game here against the Lakers, and that's obviously apparent with us having 9 blocks and 9 steals. We were just active on the defensive end here in Game 4 against the Lakers. We had 13 offensive rebounds. We had plenty of second chance point opportunities in this game. We had plenty of second chance possessions here in this game. Did a pretty good job on the offensive glass. We had 52 points in the paint. Did a great job early on in that first half of being aggressive and getting easy shots, getting easy layups and easy dunks in the painted area, and really attacking the Lakers bigs, again, not being intimidated by their size and getting those high percentage shots, which was big for us. And the first half was great for us. It was a pretty good start. We outscored the Lakers 51-45 in the first half. Did a good job of forcing them to play at our pace, our tempo. We're aggressive on the offensive end, and like I said, defensively we played real good, sound physical defense, forced the Lakers into some tough shots on the offensive end, and did a good job of forcing them to make some mistakes, commit turnovers, and did a great job of just kind of forcing them to play our style. But unfortunately that kind of went completely out the window, and that good first half was wiped out because the execution by us in the second half. Now looking at some of the bad things the Nuggets did here in this game, we were out-rebounded by the Lakers 48-38 here in Game 4. You don't like seeing that. The Lakers, quite honestly, just outworked us here in this game, especially in the second half. They did a great job of playing with great effort on the glass here. They out-rebounded us for a reason, and they just wanted it more, quite frankly. I mean, like I said, they just outworked us, and they got some big rebounds down the stretch, especially on the offensive glass. And because they were able to out-rebound us by that big a margin, by a margin of 10 and overall 48-38, we really weren't able to ever get out and run because the Lakers were able to control the glass, and because of that they were also able to dictate the tempo of this game, which really hurt us. So that was also a big reason we lost this game, is not only because we got out-rebounded by a pretty big margin and because we got outworked on the glass, but because us not rebounding the ball well in this game also caused us to not really be able to get out in transition and play our game and score there in the second half. So that hurt us. And then we gave up 19 offensive rebounds. That's probably the biggest reason you lose this game. The Lakers had so many second chance points in this game, especially in the second half and in the fourth quarter. They got a ton of offensive rebounds in that fourth quarter. I think they had like 5 or 6 in that quarter. And their offensive rebounding killed our initial shot defense. I mean, we had plenty of good possessions on the defensive end where we forced the Lakers into tough shots, and we forced the Lakers to use a lot of the time on the shot clock. But because they were able to get offensive rebounds, it really didn't matter, and it just, as I mentioned, killed our initial shot defense. And they got second chance possessions off those offensive rebounds, and they got second chance points off those offensive rebounds, especially late. So those really killed us, and rebounding was probably the single biggest reason we lost here in Game 4. We also only had 17 assists. I mean, we played kind of selfishly on the offensive end. Didn't really utilize good effective ball movement, which hurt us, and we had 10 turnovers as well. The Lakers didn't do a good job of capitalizing on our mistakes, but we made mistakes, and we committed turnovers in really bad times here in this game, and we made plenty of mistakes that we really didn't need to, especially in the second half. We had a lot of empty, wasted possessions, which hurt us. We gave up 48 points in the paint, which isn't too bad, but the Lakers were much more effective here in Game 4 than they were in Game 3 of getting the ball inside to Bynum, and then doing a great job of scoring off offensive rebounds, getting easy dunks and easy layups off offensive rebounds, and getting those high percentage shots in the painted area. And they got real deep in the interior, the teeth of our interior defense here in Game 4. That also hurt us. And then just the second half wasn't good. We were outscored in the second half 47-37. Just kind of fell apart there in the second half. The Lakers were able to not only control the rebounding there in the second half, but because they did that, they were able to control the pace of the game, the tempo of the game. They dictated really the flow of the game, which we're not going to beat the Lakers when we allow them to do that. And then just couldn't get any really easy shots in the second half. We settled too much for a lot of tough possessions on the offensive end, and settled for a lot of tough looks, a lot of tough jump shots, and it cost us. We really weren't aggressive on the offensive end in the second half. And now looking at some individual performances for us here in Game 4, Gallinari led the way for the Nuggets against the Lakers in Game 4. He had 20.6 rebounds on 9 of 16 shooting from the field. He also shot 0 of 4 from the three-point line and 2 of 2 from the free throw line. I thought Gallo was great. It was really good to see him utilize his mid-range game, which is something he doesn't utilize all that much. He sometimes sells for threes too much, or he's just trying to get to the rim and draw fouls. So it was good to see him kind of utilize another dimension of his game with his mid-range game. I mean, he was on fire, and he was money from about 16 to 17 feet out. Here in this game, was knocking down a plethora of 16 to 17 feet jump shots here in this game. Did a pretty good job being aggressive early on, got a couple shots at the rim, and defensively did a good job again on Kobe Bryant. Did a good job of forcing Kobe to work for his shots on the offensive end, and did a good job of not giving him really any space and kind of bothering him with the size and length. So Gallo was good in this game. Hit a big shot for us there in the fourth quarter. I think he had a corner jump shot, which looked like a three-point shot, but they ended up calling it 2. He was able to tie up the game with that shot, and he played well. But I really was kind of bummed out and disappointed with Gallinari's kind of effort level and execution level there in the fourth quarter. The last minute or two of the game just made some kind of, I would say, bonehead poor plays for us on the defensive end, which cost us the game. He had the one play where Pau Gasol set a real hard screen. Gallinari ran into the screen, kind of flopped on it, kind of accentuated the contact, trying to get a screening foul on Pau Gasol, and he just fell down and just kind of was holding his shoulder, and I think a little bit trying to sell the foul to the refs. And because he was laying down there, and because he tried to flop the play, it left our defense kind of scrambling, and it left Ramon Sessions open in the corner for a 3 that gave the Lakers a 3-point lead. That was just a huge shot that we could not afford to give up to the Lakers, and a lot of that was because of Gallinari trying to flop on the screen. I mean, I thought it was a clean, hard screen by Pau Gasol. I didn't think it was a dirty screen or it was a legal screen by any means. I think Gallo may have tweaked his shoulder a little bit, but he definitely tried overselling the contact there on the screen by Pau Gasol. And then the next defensive possession, you saw Gallinari try to draw a charge call on Kobe Bryant, so he falls down on that play, which forces Ty Lawson to leave Steve Blake, try to seal off the lane for Kobe Bryant, and then Kobe Bryant, being the smart player that he is, kicked it out to Steve Blake, who was wide open in the corner for another 3, which he knocked down, and that shot all but sealed the game for the Lakers. So those were plays by Gallinari down the stretch that I think definitely hurt us. And I don't blame Gallo for trying to get a call for us down the stretch. I appreciate the effort, and I respect the effort. I love Gallinari's heart, but I mean, you're not going to get a charge call on Kobe Bryant. You got to know better in that situation, and then, you know, trying to flop down the stretch and just kind of falling down and giving a, you know, kind of giving up on the play. Just those were unnecessary plays for us, especially down the stretch, and I thought those were two big plays which kind of cost us the game here against LA. Andre Miller also played well for us here in Game 4. He had 15.7 rebounds, 3 assists, and 3 steals. He was 7 of 13 from the field, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. I thought Andre was flawless in the first quarter. He really couldn't miss a shot. Did a great job of scoring on the block, whether it was Steve Blake or Ramon Sessions on him. He posted both those guys up and took them right into the rim, backed them right into the rim, and was able to knock down a couple of tough jump shots from the post, and also got a couple of easy layups, you know, on Ramon Sessions and Steve Blake, because he was able to be just so effective down on the block, and you know, played well throughout the game. Kind of slowed down there in the second half and started missing some shots, but I thought Andre was great, especially on the glass as well. He had 7 rebounds. His effort was phenomenal there, and he had 3 steals. Did a great job of you know, forcing some turnovers for us on the defensive end. But really where he was effective was the first quarter and scoring down on the block against Blake and Sessions. And then lastly for us, Ty Lawson finished with 11.6 assists. He was 5 of 13 from the field, 1 of 5 from the three-point line. Ty Lawson didn't play well at all in this game. He settled on the offensive end. He hesitated on the offensive end. And I mean, when he only has 11 points on 13 shots, and 5 of his 13 shots are three-point shots, we're not going to beat the Lakers. I mean, his aggression wasn't there. He wasn't taking guys off the dribble. He wasn't trying to penetrate into the lane. He was just kind of settling, and you know, just kind of looked like, you know, a lost puppy out there at times. I mean, he just didn't play with any confidence and hesitated, and that was a huge reason we lost this game, was Ty Lawson's lack of aggression and lack of confidence on the offensive end. The Lakers, Kobe Bryant led the way in Game 4. Once again, he had 22 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists. He was 10 of 25 from the field, 2 of 7 from the three-point line, 0 of 1 from the free throw line. I mean, we defended Kobe pretty well again. I mean, you forced the guy to have 22 points on 25 shots. You live with that all day. 7 of his 25 shots are three-point shots. I mean, we forced him to play perimeterly on the offensive end. He was taking tough contested shots. Brewer, Gallo, and Aflalo did a good job of limiting him any airspace, if you will, and forcing him to really kind of take tough shots, contested shots at that, and we're in his face the whole game. We're pressuring him and didn't allow him to be all that effective. He did have a couple easy shots at the rim and easy shots in the paint, which you don't like seeing, but for the most part, we D'd up Kobe Bryant pretty damn good in this game and forced him to be really not efficient at all in the offensive end. But being the great player that he is, even though he struggled shooting and scoring the ball in this game, Kobe Bryant still affected the game in other ways with his defense, with his rebounding, with his passing. Made some huge passes for the Lakers down the stretch in the fourth quarter. Obviously had the huge pass to Steve Blake for the three-point shot, recognizing Gallinari falling down, you know, trying to draw a charge, and then noticing that Ty Lawson is kind of leaving off his man to deny Kobe the shot and deny Kobe the lane. So what does he do? He kicks it out to Steve Blake, who's wide open from the perimeter. I mean, Kobe was great, and even on the offensive glass, Kobe Bryant was great in this game. He did a great job of rebounding the ball. So even though he didn't score effectively and didn't shoot the ball well, he still did a good job affecting the game in other areas. Jordan Hill had a double-double off the bench for the Lakers. He had 12 points, 11 rebounds, 7 of which were offensive. He was 4-9 from the field, 4-6 from the free throw line. He just did a great job of kind of out-muscling and outworking our big guys. Kenneth Faried has really struggled boxing out Jordan Hill this series, and he struggled once again here in Game 4. I mean, Jordan Hill just made some great plays for the Lakers down the stretch, and was able to knock down a big jump shot there at the end of the third quarter. Did a great job of getting offensive rebounds, and then either, you know, going back up with it and scoring off them, or going back up with it and then getting fouled and getting to the free throw line. Did a good job of knocking down his free throws. Was 4-6 from there, and created some second chance possessions for the Lakers, and just played with great effort, intensity, and you know, just kind of outworked and out-hustled our big guys down the stretch. And then Steve Blake has 10 points and 3 assists off the bench. He was 2 of 5 from the three-point line, hit a big jump shot where the shot clock was running down for the Lakers in the fourth quarter, and then obviously had the huge corner three to basically seal the game for the Lakers in Game 4. So tough loss for the Nuggets as we fall to the Lakers, 92-88 in Game 4. The Lakers now lead the series 3-1, but the Nuggets would bounce back in Game 5 last night. I will do my game recap for that as soon as possible. I'll have that either up later today or sometime first thing tomorrow. So look for that. Again, guys, apologize for the lateness of these videos, but hopefully you guys can respect and understand why they were late. And, you know, I'll see you guys for Game 5. So thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting. And as always, go Nuggets.